Welcome to NC Wine Snobs as we savor the world one sip at a time.
Okay, NC Wine Snobs are on vacation and we are in Florida in Brooksville at Marker 48.
Marker 48 had great patio seating and some indoor seating. There was an event going on inside, so we ended up sitting outside. In the beginning of our tasting, we weren't able to do any video recording, but we did take some pictures and we took a bunch of notes. So we have that information for you now. We arrived at Marker 48. We decided to go for 2 flights of beer. The first beer was Beer Puffin Schwartz beer, and it was malty. It had a hint of bitter. There was some crispness. It was light, and there was a little bit of caramel.
Yeah, that was a good solid beer as well. Next one we had was a beer called Common Decency. So this one is described as a Kentucky common beer. Had a really light mouthfeel to it. It kind of reminds me of like being on a boat. That's kind of where the flavor of this took me. It had some flavors up front that reminded me of caramelized sugar, giving way to some grassy, bright notes in the middle, and then wrapped up with heading back to that caramelized flavor as well. It was really interesting, had a little bit of smokiness to it. But I don't know that I could sit down and just drink a whole pint of it. Maybe it was paired with food. It would work really well, but that's probably the way that I would go with that one.
So we are tasting 2 flights of beer. What's our next one?
Let's go Red Right Return.
Red Right Return.
As the name kind of implies, it's a red ale.
A little bit of caramel. Nice sweetness to it. Kind of a medium mouthfeel.
Yeah, I mean, not much in the way of hops to that at all. I mean, it is straight malt. Yeah.
There's no bitterness.
Maybe just a touch of other on the back end, kind of that burnt sugar type.
You may say that every beer is good with a pretzel, but I think this one would be really good with pretzel. So Marker 48 is a very family-friendly place and pet-friendly. What's up next, Tim?
Go with the Board Schwartz.
Board Schwartz. That is very, very dark. Creamy, a little bit of bitter, a little bit of malt, a little bit heavier mouthfeel.
That's got a nice balance.
This I could enjoy a pint of. As opposed to some that we say would be a good summer on the boat beer. This would be a good winter by the fire beer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's nice.
When I picked out the tastings for my flight, I saw a lot of German sounding, so I was like, let's try these. It sounded kind of cool. Okay, where are we going next?
Let's go Mermaid's Milk, which is their nitro stout.
It has a little bit of a foam on it. Very, very dark.
I'll tell you what really hits you on the nose on this is you get that really strong coffee, that really strong chocolate. And then the beer itself does not disappoint.
Oh, it's very good. It's tasty.
Nitro adds a nice creaminess to it. Do you want to finish off the...
Oh, absolutely. Almost forgot to finish off the beer. That's sad.
Let's go to the other stout on our list, which is the Hot Cocoa Gingerbread Stout.
Now, if I was reading correctly on the menu, I think this is one of their ones that they are doing a donation with. So like that nitro, it's very, very dark. And that gingerbread is definitely pronounced. It's there. It's like you just took a hunk of gingerbread and dumped it in stout. That's tasty. That's what I'd like to talk to the brewmaker and find out, how did they do it? Did they add the spices when they were fermenting? Did they add them after the fact? How did they incorporate the flavor?
And you actually get a little bit of clove, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of ginger on the nose of the beer, which is really kind of fun.
The flavor is such that
That's nice.
you almost feel like you're biting into something.
Yeah, yeah. Very light mouthfeel though. That's good.
So our next up isn't a beer, it's a cider. It is peach, lemon, and blackberry. Kind of hazy looking. Very fruity. It's a nice blend of all three flavors. I envision cobbler. Peach, lemon, and blackberry.
It smells actually almost like apricot and like I think apricot nectar is kind of what I smell.
Okay. I can see the nectar part, definitely. Kind of a concentrated fruit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's nice. That has got a lot going on.
You get a little bit of sourness from the lemon.
A little bit of tart from the blackberry. A little bit of sweet from the peach. And none of them is, I mean, there's really no pronounced flavor out of it.
It's a nice blend.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm getting ginger.
Left over from the stout, maybe?
It's possible. But going back to that kind of cobbler, spicy kind of flavors.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is not. It's not what I would call a light and refreshing drink.
Yeah, this is not a summer heat wave kind of drink. It's a more of a wintry one, I would think. As always, we are traveling with crackers. Good for wine tastings, but also beer tastings. Okay, last up on our tastings of beer is Hazy River.
It's their New England IPA.
Definitely hazy. Kind of looks like a weak orange juice with possibly some pulp in it. Let's see how it tastes. Citrus on the nose. Very citrusy. Not much in the way of bitter. Definitely for your citrus IPA fans who don't like the bitter. It actually has an underlying sweetness.
Well, it's got that grapefruit bitter tart.
But not the grapefruit flavor. It's a more rounded citrus flavor.
Yeah, if you're a fan of juicy IPAs, this would definitely hit the mark.
Definitely. That is nice. I really like that. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on.